Hello everyone, so I just watched Apple TV's newest film, Sharper. This is rated R, comes in at about an hour and 56 minutes long, directed by Benjamin Caron, and it stars Justice Smith, Brianna Middleton, Sebastian Stan, Julianne Moore is in this as well. So yes, without further ado, let me get some review for Sharper. So the description of this movie is: motives are suspect and expectations are turned chaos as a con artist takes on Manhattan billionaires. So there are a bunch of characters that are within this, and I don't really want to get into the start of this plot because I feel like it is a bit of a spoiler for what is to come with it. So I'm not going to talk too much about it. But basically, Sebastian Stan plays a con artist who, again, too, is molded into his life by his mother, played by Julianne Moore, and he recruits Brianna Middleton to basically help him again go after a billionaire, con a billionaire into, well, basically his entire fortune because he's dying and they want this for themselves. So they basically set up a whole ploy that is going to, again, to just take a lot of the inheritance away from his son, played by Justice Smith, and keep that within their family. And then they're going to, so the Julianne Moore and Sebastian Stan are going to take this money and get the hell out of Dodge after they steal again to just billions of dollars. The movie takes place in New York, and it does a lot of kind of little character studies within this movie. So there'll be certain sections, I think there's 5 in total, 5 or 6, where again, so they follow one character mostly, and you get to see things a little bit from their perspective, or again, to just the story kind of shifts and focuses on this one character for the next 20 minutes, 30 minutes, really however long the plots of the movie or the sequence needs to be to, again, to match up with just what they're doing. So it does some time jumping from, again, to just days before and then hours later, things like that. It's just to build it off. So again, the pacing of this movie can be a little sloppy in that sense, but I for the most part, I did like the time jumps that they did. I just found that after they did them, the pacing got really weird in a lot of ways, and I found that sometimes it didn't really follow the character that, again, to just the section said it was going to. Like, it didn't add as much depth as I felt it really should for a lot of, again, to for at least the character that the arc is based off of when it's supposed to be dedicated to them. There's just a lot of ways where it was sloppy in that way, and I did really find that the script of this movie and the dialogue fails a lot, again, with the pacing, where it just makes the characters pretty uninteresting and bland. And even though the actors they try to do a decent job with what's given to them, this movie falls apart in a lot of ways of just being extremely predictable and really over the top in a lot of scenarios, especially the last kind of 20 minutes where you find out it's, again, to just the cons are being conned while they're being conned, but there's another con going on. Just, again, to ridiculous little things like that I found was just so over the top, and again, situations that didn't feel realistic to me whatsoever, that I feel like, again, too, with these people being like expert cons, that they wouldn't have been able to see that they were being conned in the instance. Which, just again, to how these events played out, I just found was so goofy, so over the top, and something that I wasn't even really get to. It was really predictable that they're going that way, but things that just didn't make sense to me whatsoever when you put it together in terms of like a murder mystery who done it sort of, again, type of story. Really misses the mark on a lot of ways. And again, so even though the acting can be really cool, there's just so many things in this movie that didn't make sense to me, felt really out of left fields. Like, again, to Sebastian Stan and Julianne Moore's relationship with one another was just something that I found didn't need to be put in this at all. It's really weird. It didn't really dive into, again, to the con life as I think it really thought it was going to. Doesn't even really make that great of use of the setting of New York. Again, too, it's just things happened for the sake of them happening, not really what you want in a, again, to whodunit mystery sort of thing. So it was just really bland and lame in a lot of ways. So that's why I'm going to have to give Sharper a 4 out of 10. Easily you can skip this one. I don't feel like it adds anything interesting or anything gripping in terms of the genre itself, and there's so many more better movies that you could watch within this genre. So I do feel like this is an easy skip over. If you've seen Sharper, please let me know what you thought about it. It's in the comments down below. And of course, if you like this review, definitely give it a thumbs up. And you can check out anything I do on this channel through the playlist down below. And I'll link some up top here for convenience sake. Thank you for subscribing and turn that little ringer on so you know when I upload new videos. If you want to check out the description of this video or my channel bio, there's a link to the Media Mountain, which is my Discord where we talk about movies, video games, comic books, TV, pretty much everything that's awesome in this world. So you can definitely join that amazing community, help make it even more amazing than it is already. And yeah, just awesome, guys.
I just hope that someone would love me.